Hello friends, do you want to know how to solve the last layer of your 3x3 Rubik's Cube? Because most of the beginners who are very curious to know how to solve this Rubik's Cube, they have a problem while solving the last layer or the third layer. Because solving the first layer and the second layer is very easy, but when it comes to the third layer or the last layer, it is being quite difficult. So in this video I will show you the easiest way to understand how to solve this 3x3 Rubik's Cube last layer. So without any further delay, let's begin. So let's start. Okay, so I hope you all know that what are the algorithms and what are the notation, and if you haven't known about this, you don't have knowledge about that, do check my the part 1 of solving the Rubik's Cube. I have given the link in the description. Do check that. So let's begin. So our first goal is to make the cross on the last layer. And while making that, you have generally three cases: the dot, where is only the center, the L, and the line. So let's see what case we get. It is like random. So first you get a dot. In this situation, you have to apply an algorithm which is F R U R prime U prime F prime. And then you get the second case, which is L. In this case, you have to keep your L like this, and then you have to apply the algorithm F R U prime R prime U prime F prime, and then you get your line, which is our third case. So when it comes to the third case, you have to keep your line horizontal, not vertical, and again apply the same algorithm, which is F R U R prime U prime F prime, and then you will get your plus. Once you get your cross or plus on the third layer, the next step is to get all the edges oriented, like the center yellow and the center red should have the edge yellow and red one, and the same like this, the same like this, the same like this. You have to get this situation. You have to, the goal is to orient. So let's come to the cube. So in this cube, you can see there's only one orient edge that is with this color. So in this situation, you have to apply a really simple algorithm, which is R U R prime U R U2 R prime. And once you apply, you can see like we'll get okay, so the situation is still the same, but let's again apply this algorithm R U R prime U R U2 R prime. Once you apply that, you will get the situation. Now you will get the situation like this. When you turn it, you will get the two edges are oriented now. So in this step, the first edge which is oriented, you have to keep that edge at back side and one to the right side. We want this edge to come right here and this to come right here. So we'll apply an algorithm which is the same algorithm R U R prime U R U2 R prime. And once you apply it, you will get all the edges are oriented now. So now let's get to the next step. Next step is to get all the edges to their oriental place. That means the oriental means it is not like this, but it is having a color. Like it is in the right place, but we just need to twist it. Not like this, but if you have this type of color, then it's okay. So that is what we want. Here it is all good. Here we need to twist it, here we need to twist it, and here too. So let's come to the cube. So in this cube, you can see there's one orient piece. It is not in the correct position, but it is at the right place. So what we need, and if you don't have a single oriented piece, no worry, just apply the algorithm which I am applying right now. The algorithm is U R U prime L prime U R prime U prime L. Then let's see, do we get any other type oriental one? No, this we still have only one oriental piece. Again we have to apply the same algorithm. U R U prime L prime U R prime U prime L. And once we apply it, we see that I have got this as the orient one. This is also oriented. It is not in its correct position, but at the right place. This one too, and this too. And once we get this, now our next step is to get all the corners to their correct position. So let's begin to the next step. So while performing the last step, the algorithm which we are gonna use is very simple, and with this algorithm you will able to solve your last layer of your 3x3 Rubik's Cube. So as I'm talking about this, we all get our corners to the right place but not in the correct position. So you have to take any corner which is solved or not. Okay, so this is not in the correct position. So what we are gonna do is we turn this, we'll apply our algorithm which is R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R D. This is the algorithm, and you have to apply it till the corner get it in the right position. R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R D. So your corner get in the correct position. No worry about the second and last layer, it will get solved once we get all this corners at the correct position. So once it is solved, then turn your cube and let the second let the other corner comes to the same position. Now let's apply the same algorithm. R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R D. So you can see the second layer is solved, first and second layer, but then again turn that corner and let it come. R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R D. Again turn it and let it come. R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R D. And there your cube is solved. One more thing that I want to tell you is that, look, like here these two corners are in their correct place as well as in their correct position, but these two are not in their correct position. So we'll apply the same algorithm, R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R D, and then turn it R prime D prime R D R prime D prime R D prime D prime R D R prime D prime R D, and then your cube is solved. So friends, I hope you have learned how to solve your 3x3 Rubik's Cube last layer. And if you have learned it successfully, do subscribe my YouTube channel, do give it a like, and do not forget to share it to all those who are willing to learn this Rubik's Cube. So till then, bye bye.